brother? You all right?
I got it.
You got it? Happy Friday, happy spring. What's up, Norman? Norman Storm. Cuzzo. What's up, DJ Ice? Peace. How you been? Yeah, watch the cam. Okay, all right. He's getting it. He's gonna put his laptop on his lap. Anyway, as we get it all together, we're doing a special show today. We're jumping into spring. Spring revolution. Saying self-care. Norman's gonna kick us off a little bit about Mueller as soon as we get together. Bren Herrera's gonna talk about meditation, not mediation. Something Norm knows a lot about. She's an executive chef, athlete, trained cyclist, author, media personality. She's lit. She's lit. Wish she was in the building. You know, she's gonna talk about how important rest and sleep is. Something you can relate to.
I don't know nothing about sleep.
Yeah, I heard that. I saw Alex in the gym pumping 45 million gazillion.
The way I say it, lift all the weight.
Yeah, that's how you say it. And where you been, Norman? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, out here busy.
In
these courts fighting.
Yeah.
Day in, day out.
You heard Tom Terrific got his own. You a Met fan? You heard about Tom? Yeah, I heard Tom got his own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they changed the address of the stadium.
I gotta shout out Tom Terrific. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no doubt.
No,
for sure.
Shout out my man. I went to Fleetwood Mac. My man Taku's giving the throwdown. If you guys are around next Thursday, 328. He's at a spot 151 Avenue C. Little funky juke joint. He plays percussion for Fleetwood Mac and many others. I went to see Fleetwood Mac at the Garden the other night. That was pretty lit. Thanks a million.
I've never been to the Garden yet.
You never been to MSG?
I've been here 2 years now and I haven't gotten there yet.
Don't feel bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel bad.
It's been a minute since I've been there. I haven't even been in the new Yankee Stadium. I haven't been in the new Mets, the City Field.
Since the captains left, I haven't had a desire to go to Yankee Stadium yet.
I hear you.
Well, it's new. You got to check it out for a minute if you get a chance. You all lit up. You guys are lit up. Following us on Facebook. Following us on Instagram. We miss Tonya. My man just got to a set. He's getting ready to talk Mueller. I had another one to talk Mueller. So I just got to shout him out and say all good. Doing this thing over in Cali. Vic Bajaj, what's up? Phone call, let's do it. We're just talking. Bren, introduce yourself. Anybody here bilingual? I know.
Yes, it's Bren.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
We're just starting off the joint right now. We're just all getting lit. You got, I don't know if you read the rundown, but Norman, legal analyst for law and crime and crim defense. He's got some serious criminal issues. He's getting people out of Rikers and various other municipalities.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, he's heavy. He is definitely heavy.
I do my best.
Yeah, he definitely does his best. DJ J.U. Ice on Music In Today. He's down with the woo. He gets love. And Alex Haynes is the co-host today because Tonya D is out doing her thing with a little munchkin. Now it's playing in a little bit of March Madness. So what's up, girl? You been cycling? What's up with you? I couldn't find another picture.
Man, let me tell you, I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. I sure did. I hit snooze twice. And I was like, I'm going to get my life together and go hit the gym for 90 minutes because my girls are in town from Atlanta and D.C. So, yeah, sure enough, I didn't get to ride my bike, but I hit that gym for 90 hard minutes. And I feel great because I'm having a glass of sparkling rosé right about now.
Well, rosé is all day. Rosé all day. That's our joy, right? We love rosé all day. That's what I'm gonna do soon.
That whole rosé all day does not expire for me. It's like a lifestyle. So yeah.
Last time we met, it was 30 Rock, and we were having bourbon. You're not bourbon anymore.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were.
No, my girl, Miss Herrera, bilingual, right?
Yep, bilingual, trilingual when you need me to be, but bilingual every day.
Okay. So, we're going to jump right in because it's spring, the revolution of health, spring cleaning, clean your body. Alex is into fitness. We're all into fitness. So, you said you did 90 minutes today. What's your spring, you got any spring goals for us that we could jump on?
Norman, is that for you or me?
That's for you, Rockstar. Norman's getting ready
gosh.
to break us down with some Mueller in 15 minutes.
Yeah, the fun stuff.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, my goal, honestly, Jay, and obviously, hello to the audience. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys have had an amazing week full of wellness and self-love and self-care. And I don't say that lightly. I say that very passionately, very compassionately, and very intentionally because, as we get older and we're so caught up in the external, which is everything that's going on around us, family, work, politics, the world, our children, whatever the case is, I feel like we oftentimes inherently neglect ourselves. And when I say ourselves, not just taking time to, decompress, but take care of our bodies and our minds. So for me, one of my immediate goals this spring is to literally clean house, not just my physical house, because we do spring cleaning every year, right? Oh my God, I got to give this away, I got to give that away.
Right.
But what is my mind doing? What is my body doing? That's causing ruckus, or that's causing or inviting some lack of synchronicity. So I'm cleaning literally my mind and my body and my stomach and my whole life in terms of what I'm consuming, what I'm putting out. And that means I'm working out twice a day, every day. Jay, you and I had this conversation a couple of days ago.
Right. I wanted Alex to jump in on that. How important is it to work out?
It's crazy. Like, I've always been into fitness. Like, always, since I was a little girl. I did ballet, I did gymnastics, and then in high school I was in weight training, and I ran track, and I was a cheerleader. I wasn't active in sports in college, but then post-college I got on the bike, took a little break, and now I'm back on the bike. Now I'm like competing and racing. But my regimen these days is literally I wake up first thing in the morning, and while I'm doing my morning devotion, I do 40 minutes on my bike because the weather's still kind of sketchy here in DC. So I'll spin for 40 minutes minimum, and that could be, anywhere from interval training, cadence training, breathing training, whatever it is that I'm working on. But I'll do 40 minutes of cardio on my bike.
Shout out to DC. But check it out. So, you used to cook though, right? You used to cook those kind of home cooking meals. So you cut that out. No more. What were you making in your pot crock? Because
look here. I was all
making
in oxtail, flank steak. Like, I was robust in the carnivore space, and I'm not going to deny. Like, every now and then, my mom will be like, "Hey, honey, you want to come over for dinner?" And I'm like, "Mom, you tripping me out?" Because dinner means oxtail, or it means flank steak, and I can't ever say no to my mom's cooking. But for me personally, on my own dime and on my own time, I'm very conscious about what I'm doing. So yes, I still cook all those things for my clients when I'm on TV or whatever. But for me personally, I've made a conscious decision to cut back on all of that. I'm calling myself kind of vegan, right? So 80% vegan, 20% carnivore. And even in that 20% of that time, I'm eating vegan with like an egg slapped on top of it, right?
Right.
So
what's the name of the book again?
It's a healthy way of transitioning, honestly, because a lot of people who want to transition into a cleaner eating, raw food, vegan lifestyle, they don't have the skill set, or they don't have the confidence to go out there and really create unique meals. Fortunately, and I thank God for that, I do. So it's a little easier for me to come up with meals that are plant-based, and I'm having so much fun with it, honestly.
Is it easy? Plug yourself. What's the name of the book? Where can people find you on the Insta? Give us some of those social
so
medias.
My name, Bren Herrera, everywhere. On my website is brenherrera.com. That's HERRERA. No relation to Carolina Herrera. On Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that. And then my website is either brenherrera.com or houseofbren.com. And on there, I have recipes for carnivore, vegan, healthy living, clean eating, whatever the case is. But, I'm really enjoying this journey. And again, Jay and I have had this conversation of cleaning my body so that whatever I put out reflects what I've been putting in. And can I tell you, I'm loving it because I'm learning my body in a new way. My body's not performing the way that it used to. So, now I have to be in the gym 2.5 hours just to get the same results I was getting a year and a half ago doing barely anything.
Well, and in our next block, we're going to talk to a woman who's at a clinic about bowels. And
Oh my.
yeah, we're
wow.
talking real self-cleansing.
Yeah.
But it's a big Miami conference. I don't know if I can have two calls at the same time because I almost want you to connect and collab. She's a Latin doctor too. She's from the Big Apple, Dr. Samantha Nazareth.
Wait, did you say a conference
Fantastic.
about bowels?
Yeah, about gut cleansing.
Like a whole conference?
Yeah.
Oh, that's major. So that's another reason
like a
why
whole
I
lot of
kind of
people.
started.
Like a
even-
ton of people.
I was very intense about getting into the space because my gut was just honestly
The
and
gut's
not to get
important.
into TMI,
The gut
but
is
I was just
important.
not
Gut is your
digesting
core.
food the same way. So I was like, ooh, gut health is really a thing, and we take these things for granted as we're in our 20s and our 30s, but it becomes a real thing, you know.
Especially after 30, it all comes
For
back
sure.
to you.
Nobody told me this. How come no one told me?
Well, that's the thing. We have to educate ourselves. We have to grow. We got to learn. You learn up. You know, nobody, they don't really tell you until somebody gets affected with some type of health situation or disease.
No, they tell you. We just not listening
Wait.
at 20. And
No, we're not listening because things are functioning,
That's
right?
true.
And things are where they're
Right.
supposed to be, and things
Everything's
are
working.
responding, and we bounce back, and we get our muscle pump, and we look good. But then you literally, and ladies, if you're listening, when you're listening, you know, you will literally wake up one day when you hit 40, and your body will be like, "Hey, girl, we're not doing this today," and I'm not even exaggerating. So now I'm taking enzymes almost every day. Well, I take them every day, but almost with every meal. I take probiotics. I've eliminated dairy completely from my diet. And these are just very intentional decisions that I've made in order to treat my body the way that it needs to be treated as it is now, right? Because my body's not 20 years old anymore.
We're no spring chickens anymore. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think
look
about
like a
that?
chicken, but
Eliminating, I mean, that's
internally
the whole
it's like,
J-Lo
hey, you're
diet,
not.
right? That's what J-Lo did. She eliminated a lot of stuff.
You have to. I mean, you have to, kind of like how we evolve our minds and we mature cognitively, etc. Our bodies also evolve, and we have to respect our bodies if we wanted to perform, you know, in our 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. And so I'm about that life. Like, I want to
Well,
be
you're a
ahead of the
fashion
game
figure
when I
too,
turn
right?
50,
You and
60, 70.
you got a fashion vibe, right? I don't know if you guys on her IG, but if you go on it,
Oh, you should look at my stories right now. I mean, tonight
very
is just,
fashionable.
you know, it's a litty night.
what about you, Norm? You like 6'4", busting 148.
Yeah, I wish. Believe me, I am.
Hey, Norm, I'm looking for a new trainer.
That would be Alex then, and I got you covered.
Yeah, definitely not me. The guy with the swollen muscles. That's the one you want. Swolo.
I got you covered.
Yeah, he's definitely on Instagram. He got some fitness types going on. But anyhow, so before you bounce, I want you to meet. Plug yourself again. Tell us about the cookbook a little bit, and I want you to say hi to Dr. Samantha.
Yes, I've got a cookbook I wrote 2 years ago called Modern Pressure Cooking, and the premise of that is literally using pressure cookers in the modern age. So no longer are they blowing up like our grandmothers used to do, our grandmothers' pressure cookers. I've got over 100 recipes ranging from chicken, meat, Indian, French, Latin, Italian, American, just really great recipes that will elevate your experience in the kitchen, but also save you a tremendous amount of time. So that's Modern Pressure Cooking. You can find it on Amazon and wherever books are sold. I just did a really great chopped-style cooking challenge at Expo West in California with my client, Sabra Hummus, and I won. So that's been really exciting. So I'm really promoting how to use hummus in your life other than a dip, not just with chips, but making hummus bowls, hummus toast, and it's a really great source of protein and fiber and good complex carbs.
So hold that thought for a second, because you eat
and-
hummus, right? Is Sam in the building?
Hold on, transfer right now.
Okay. Because I want to see, because
Loving it.
Dr. Sam.
And I'm trying to get Jenny from DC to come to one of my races.
Now, I know she wants me to bike race. Now, check this out. Dr. Sam is joining us from Miami. You're in Miami, correct?
I am.
How you
Walking the
doing?
streets of Miami right now.
I know you're in the middle. We were talking about your gut conference, but I wanted you to say hi to Bren Herrera, who was just talking about how she won a contest in what was it, hummus, you said, Bren? And
Yeah,
Bren's
over at Expo West in Anaheim last week, 2 weeks ago, and you
Yeah.
my baby.
and we were just talking about how important gut cleansing, spring gut. I can't get it correct because I know you're at this conference.
Bowels.
Bowels, basically.
Talking
Well,
about
when we
bowels.
first met, she's like, "You got to pitch me for Poop Month."
It's the plumbing expo.
You know.
Yeah.
So
all things related to the inside.
yeah. So tell us a little bit, because Bren works out 2 hours a day, twice a day. She really loads, but sometimes she eats her mother's cooking. Her family is originally from Cuba, right? Or no?
Yeah, born in Cuba, raised in D.C., but completely a Cuban girl, yeah.
And so Dr. Samantha Nazareth, who's down in Miami, I was asking her earlier about the cuisine, and she stays far away. You stay far away from meat. You're like beans and like matzo ball soup and lots of water, correct?
I mean, I
Talk
have
to
to
us
say
about
I
it.
just have ropa vieja, so it's not completely. Meat is in my diet. It's just very minimal.
Uh-huh. And tell us about some of the things you have. Maybe there's a collaboration here between you and Bren in some sense. Last week we did a collaboration. We got 2 people speaking at the UN at a conference. So before we lose Bren, I just wanted to see if there was a collab here. So tell us about your dieting and how spring cleaning your body and tips on foods and habits that can help us all. And plug how people can get in touch with you.
Yeah, the biggest thing that you could do, really, and we're so deficient in it, is upping your fiber in any way you could do it. That's time and time again. That's where you're going to be getting the most bang for your buck. In every study, fiber helps everything. I'm telling you, it helps improve the microbiome. It helps with cardiovascular disease. Helps with improving your colon cancer risk. And we're just extremely deficient with the standard American diet. We're, really lacking in fiber. And if you even take an indigenous tribe, like a hunter-gatherer tribe in Tanzania, the Hadza tribe, they're getting up to 100 grams of fiber a day, and we're measly 15 grams, just to put it in perspective.
So if I open my refrigerator, or Norman opens his fridge, or anyone here, Alex, who trains, he lifts all the weight, he says, what's going to be in our refrigerator that has fiber? Will it be the almond milk? Will it be the raspberries? Will it be the beer, the malt liquor? I mean, what, is it going to be the cornbread?
You hit on a couple. So yeah, fruits and veggies, whole grains. The beans are good. The lentils are good. I think the easiest thing for people usually is lunchtime, because I know in New York a lot of people go out for salad. And then breakfast, sometimes a smoothie can do that. You just put a bunch of greens and fruits to kind of up it up a little bit. Where people, I think, fall short a little bit is dinner time. Because the portions of everything else on the plate is like the star, right? Like the star is the piece of steak, or the star is whatever protein you're having. And really the veggies are a side. I mean, they're even said as side dishes on menus.
Yes.
Right. So we go to a restaurant, and Brent was talking about the hummus. She kind of rocks out. We go to a restaurant, and so... do we order more side dishes, or we order the entree and just say switch out the mash for?
I think the best thing you could do, especially if you're going out with a group of people, is to share, because at least you'll get a little bit of everything you would want, but not because the portions that they give you in restaurants, it's just too big. It's not meant for one person. Really, you should just have half of it and take the other half to go. But if you're with a bunch of people, what I usually do is order a bunch of the sides and maybe one star dish, the one entree that you really want, but you share with other people so you're not feeling like you're lacking, but make sure you have those side dishes. I mean, that's where you're going to find most of your veggies. I have a hard time. I was always like, I really don't like raw food and raw salads. So I usually tend toward the cooked veggies, and that's all on the side dishes. So I order a bunch of those.
All right, let's talk.
Yeah.
Because Alex is a trainer.
Interject there. With the raw foods, I think some of the things that people don't realize is that buying these packaged meals, I've been exploring vegan beef patties, but they're so high in sodium. And so, yeah, while they're vegan and while they're healthy and maybe even low calorie, the sodium content is so incredibly high that for, again, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, we need to be very conscious of how much sodium we're taking in. So I've been playing around with making my own vegan patties made with, like, chickpeas and black beans and roasted beef and just other things. Even the stems of kale, right? Like, people don't know that the stem of kale and even the leaves of the beet root is really, really good. So
when you
roast
cook
those
from home,
and chop them up, put them into the processor,
when you
and then I've
cook
got
from
a
home,
really great
you're gonna do
substance
better
that I can
anyway.
add to my beef pat or my vegan patty.
So what are you saying, Alex?
When you're cooking from home, you're gonna do a lot better either way.
This is Alex Trainer. How do people get in touch with you?
Because you can control everything. You can control.
Well, how bad is the salt intake and the sugars? Because, you know, J-Lo just came out with this whole thing: no carbs, no diet, no 10 days, no carb, no sugar, right? You know,
The problem is salt
Well,
is
for people of color, I mean, diabetes is obviously a problem in our community, as is cholesterol. So I would say to be very conscious, you know, once you hit about 35, of what your
It's all downhill
what
after
your
that.
salt intake is, because that contributes to cholesterol and can contribute and invite a host of other issues.
Well,
I'm very
Dr. Sam, you were telling us age. How important is age when it comes to taking these, you know, examining yourself, or when you should examine yourself to avoid possible diseases?
What would you say, Doc? I mean, I say 35. I'm not a doctor, but for me, I would say 35.
What do you say, Doc?
And repeat, I heard when's the best age to examine.
Should we start at 17 or should we wait till we're 55, 56?
No, I think you have to start. I think you have to start getting comfortable with your body early on, and this is the stuff that I tend to see a lot of young women, and the biggest thing is that most of us are not looking at our poop every day. I mean,
God.
You know, we're just
That's the star on the plate, all right.
You start to when you get above the age of 40. I think people start to look.
You know, whether they choose to willingly or not, that's the question.
And how important is it to look?
Things change.
It's really important. I mean, if you ever, like, parents know this, right? They're always looking at their child's poop when they're changing their diapers because it gives a lot of information.
Right.
And that's the same thing as adults. I mean, if you're not looking, you don't know what's normal for you because you've never looked before.
Do you do that on the first Tinder date? or as
I'd say whenever you remember not to flush, like immediately.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Is there a technique to that? I mean, I know we're laughing. That's why, I mean, because it's hard to handle this conversation. That's why I'm so happy, you know, Samantha, you were able to come on.
There's a whole conference on it.
Technically, you could look through your you know, through the legs because you're going to be sitting. And before because you have to do it before you throw the toilet paper in the toilet.
Exactly.
That covers everything, right?
It does.
And that's why you have to kind of look before you start, you know, wiping and dumping everything in there toilet paper wise.
Okay.
I can only imagine what this conference is like down in
conference must be
get a stick.
Miami.
Get a stick, move stuff around. Take a good look.
I can only imagine.
Well, you know what? Unless you can stay through the
commercial.
commercial break, how can people reach you, Dr. Samantha? You know, you're great. I'm trying to get you on. What's happening? Tell us how people can reach you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you can find me everywhere at Dr. Sam Nazareth, like Jesus, N-A-Z as in zebra, A-R-E-T as in Tom, H on Instagram, Twitter. That's my website as well. I'm probably most active on Insta stories because that's where I find the most engagement.
Okay.
So probably there would be the great place to start. And maybe I'll take some pictures. Well, hopefully not of poop.
Take some pictures, post them. And really quick, you were at the South by Southwest. So just tell us briefly what happened. What happened?
Yeah, I went specifically, you know, South by Southwest originally is a music festival, but they have all these other tracks, and it really represents every industry you can think of. I went specifically for the medical technology or the healthcare technology track. So it was all like the new things, latest and greatest in healthcare of AI, devices, all the wearables that we know, the Fitbits and things like that, all of that was all in discussion there. It was amazing. I mean, Austin basically becomes a playground for this South by Southwest.
All right. That sounds very cool. Well, listen, we got to take a break. Thanks for joining us. Bren, tell people where they can get in touch with you. We're going to have to take a quick break. Go. You got 30. You got 15 seconds. Bren still in the building? Yeah. All right, ladies, we bouncing. Happy Friday.
All right.
Stay springy.
Happy Friday.
Thanks for
Happy
calling.
Friday.
Have a good time at the conference. Travel safe. And you got to try some of that
Thank
fish
you.
in Miami. I mean, give me a break. You got to get over to the Fountain
Of
Blue.
course.
You know, you got to do something hot.
Yeah, I just found Dr. Sam.
Go do
She
your
has a
thing,
toilet-
doctor.
she has a
Appreciate
toilet
it.
on her thing.
All right. Take
Thanks
care.
a million. Happy Friday. All right, let's take a break. We're going to come back in 2.5. My man DJ J.U. Weiss hit us with the music. You're here and tuning in to Always On with Tonya and Jay. Tonya, call us out.
Hey, y'all,
Peace.
Porter. Y'all ain't ready. I got the bronze, the brains, the looks, I'm changing the game. You should've known my name, by now you going insane, let go. You don't know me cause I'm not from your area. Not that chick in the bed with ya, I'm not one of those regulars. I'm a high class, losing lasts longer than any bunny that's hopping or humping for money talk, but you spitting that dummy. Came from the nap, but I'm never asleep. So no California dreaming, fully awake to those scheming. They say they mean what they mean, it's something mean, it's on the scene. This before in dreams, I done dreamed this. I'm like the sailor for dreamers. Sooner or later you will notice that I am one of the coldest, with breast and legs spitting flows that existed. And I'm not boasting when I speak my words at fire. They funky like halitosis. I'm flowing like I'm osmosis and killing them overdosing. You acknowledge it's a pity that you are not really into me. Here with me but not hearing me. Clearly I've got that remedy. I'm quickly getting better. I'm flying high with no feathers and hotter than any weather. Make genuine like a leather. Nobody told me that this road would be easy. It's full of niggas that sleazy. They oiled up, yeah they greasy. Running they mouth but ain't got nothing to say. Cause they basic ordinary. They come a dozen a day. While you talking out the side of your mouth, fix you a plate. So every time you speak, you have to watch what you say. I'm not playing games, but I'm gon' have some fun. Cause your rap game is losing, that's how I know I'm the one that won. Despite your character, I am fully aware of your bullshit and all your barriers. Know that I'm steering clear of ya. Cause ain't no flowing like the flow that I got. I'm going straight to the top. And please don't think I'ma stop. Cause while you sleeping, I'm writing and flipping scripts like they dimes. And getting tight of my time, and it's so killer, it's a crime. Delete the blueprint and please know that it is not for rent. Not for the fake politicians, my shit is too legit. To quit, I never let you or another ever deter me from what I'm doing. Got riches that came from ruins. I'm like a bum bump on every lip about to come up. Like Lazarus in a deep slumber, rising higher than prenups. Cause this shit is over, then told you like words of Folgers. The best way to start the day is awake and not in a coma. I can't be naughty, but my words are so nice. Like samurai swords, they slice, then leave you coated in ice. Don't play the victim, cause I'm stronger than that. And as a matter of fact, I'm here to tell you that that shit is whack. It's going down like Mary J, I'm a sound the alarm. So don't you just be alarmed when I stick around. Cause I ain't going nowhere, don't like it, but shit, I don't care. I'm hitting you all in Bellwood and locking you up like jail cell. Ah!
Back up. Roger that. Yo, Alex, you my co-host. Where you be?
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
What
This
you
is
think of the
brand new-
poop?
Hey, this is brand new to me.
What you think about the poop conference?
We're done with the poop conference. We passed that on
50
by.
50,000 people in
50,000
attendance.
people talking about poop.
Oh yeah, don't mess with the FLO.
I don't know what to say about that.
You don't know what to say.
I don't know.
What
if I
about
can-
you, DJ J.U. Ice? What are you thinking? You looking at your poop? It's important.
Yeah,
No, I feel you.
yeah.
Just the
Fiber.
one.
It's a fiber. It's a fiber
Yeah.
thing. What
Yeah,
about
people don't think it's important until they start to have problems.
Yeah.
Then it's the most important thing in their world.
Yeah, first thing that goes, you got blood in your stool.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
That's
You
right.
gotta make sure everything's working.
Yeah.
If you
And
don't
it
make
will,
it-
and it will tell you that you're not getting enough fiber. It'll tell you a lot of things.
you're eating the wrong stuff.
It's easier than reading tea leaves.
I do know.
Shit.
From what I was told, I do know it's supposed to float. It's not
Right.
supposed to just hit straight bottom. Because if it hits straight bottom, then you got too much bad
Is that
stuff
the
going on
goddess?
inside.
That's right. Or stick it to the side of the bowl. That's
Right.
another problem.
Yeah.
Oh god.
See, I know these things. See, we could have been at the poop conference.
You know what I'm
We could
saying?
have fit right in
Yeah.
until they start throwing the scientific words around.
Poop ambassadors.
That's why I said it was funny till it isn't funny, right?
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
All right, we got a caller on. We got the goddess of wellness. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tonya D.
Yeah.
Hi, who's here? Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. He may have to redial. Okay, but while we got a break before the goddess of wellness comes on. First of all, we're talking about self-care. It's important. You know, spring cleaning, however you want to do it. You want to get more fiber. You want to check your meditation. You want to do rest. You want to plant flowers. It's like a whole universal thing. So we're going to talk to the goddess of wellness, Danielle Azarian. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name correct. But before we go that, we got to do the breaking news with Storm and Norman. What you got with Mueller? What's up?
Yeah, you know, the long-awaited report that's finally been completed. Some people haven't really seen the report yet. People are kind of pushing to get it published in general to everybody. Mueller doesn't recommend any further indictments.
Okay.
But it's all up to the Attorney General to see what William Barr decides to do with this report. But
what's it mean then? What's the breakdown?
Well, I tell you,
is it exciting or is it boring?
That's the thing. That's the thing. No one really knows just yet.
Oh, okay.
People are still waiting, but I'm sure it's
Lester Holt don't know what's going on.
Right.
Rachel Maddow?
Probably less.
Hannity?
Probably less. Probably more boring than exciting. But you know, the thing that I think is amazing is that, and Alex was just saying this to me earlier, is like, how does everyone around you get in trouble but not yourself? How does that happen?
And you're the boss.
And you're the boss.
Like everything's supposed to go through you.
Exactly.
And you mean to tell me that your hands are squeaky clean? No way.
It's just amazing, and it's
never works
also
that way.
It's also amazing to see that it just appears that people have been left holding the bag. So to speak.
Okay, time goes to stand by. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I see you got some new frames over there. What's going on?
Yeah, man. You know, I hit 49, and the eyesight.
Afro's still growing though. Afro's still growing
until the wheels fall off.
I feel you, dog. I feel you. All right. We got a couple of callers. We got 40 in. We in the 40 spot. We got the photographer. He's still with us. You with us, brother? Cool in the gang. DJ J, you in the building?
Hello.
She's
with
in
the
the
polo
building.
cap. Skelzy Wells.
Wait, I hear a hello.
My main man, FLO, shout it out. He's in the building. Happy belated, brother. And so who we got on the horn?
It's Tonya.
Yo, T-Money, what's happening? We miss you.
How you doing?
We good.
I'm calling to say hello.
All right, stand
What's
by.
going on now?
Hello,
You can hear
Alex.
all the whistles. This is really
Yeah, we talking
exciting.
self-health. We talking spring
It's like
cleaning.
20 games going on at one time.
All right, stand by.
I'm enjoying your seat right now.
He's feeling you.
You're enjoying my seat.
Your seat.
You don't have to come back. You want to fight for that suit.
Don't worry.
How
We
you
got
doing,
you.
I'm doing well. How are you?
though? All right. All right, well, I just call in, say hi, and I'm going back to the game.
All right, send us a pic.
Oh,
It'll last
all right.
longer. Peace out. We got Danielle in the building.
Okay,
Yes,
hi,
we do.
everybody.
Hey,
everybody.
This is the god. Say hi to the goddess of wellness before you go.
Oh, my gosh, how you doing? I wish I was there.
Too grateful.
Talk up, Danielle.
We wish you were here too.
Oh, yeah, well, y'all gotta come back, that's for sure.
She's calling from the West Coast. Some say the best coast,
Oh,
some don't.
hey, from the West Coast. All
She
right.
said she planted 1,000 flowers today.
1,000.
All right, so
1,000.
you're the wellness doctor, right?
Yes,
I'm kind of sick right now. I got I guess cold coming on. So windy here. What do you suggest?
Oh, it's
Stop having one night stands.
Want to rejuvenate your body. Want to hydrate as much as possible. It's a great time to start a cleanse right now. So that's the best thing to do to take care of your body is, make sure you get clean water, fresh organic food, make sure you're exercising, get good nutrition and supplementation. Make
Put
sure you're
down
taking
that
care of your mind.
cosmopolitan.
Yeah, I'm
Make
not
sure you're
in
taking care of your mind and your body.
Okay. I will try something. I didn't start off with tea. That'll help.
Yeah, you try some tea.
Definitely.
Get to Miami. Get some
Okay.
sun.
Get to Miami. All right, I'm out of here. I gotta
chill
go.
on the cannabis.
But I wish you all well. Talk to you soon.
You my girl.
Thank
Good
you.
looking out. We miss
All right,
you.
baby. Bye.
See you next week. So Danielle,
Okay, bye-bye.
happy spring.
Happy spring.
Happy spring.
Awesome.
You in the building. You got Norman, Legal Eagle. He was just talking about how hot the Mueller report is. You got Alex, Coach,
Absolutely.
or Alex Haynes. Haynes.
Put
Messing
N-
that up.
Put that N in there.
Got that N in there.
You about to get beat
He's
up
an
by the
athlete.
trainer.
He's a fitness instructor.
Give
He's
me
a
my
coach.
N.
He's got a bunch of letters behind his name. And you got DJ J.U. Ice. You all good?
Yeah.
Nothing happened heavy this week? No, nothing you need Norman for? Okay, you good.
All right. Nobody
I'm good.
nobody head got cracked.
No.
Everything's
Between
good.
Philly and the
No.
South Bronx? Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right, so Danielle, we can't call you Danny, can we?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay.
My mom calls me.
All right. My little girl's name is John. I call her Johnny. But so I heard what you were saying to Tonya about some of the health and rest and fibers. But tell us about all these plants you planted. We're being amazed today because we can't believe, one, there's a poop conference with 45,000 people in Miami. You know how important it is to clean your gut and your colon and watch your poop float. And so now you're almost the same, but on the opposite end, because you're talking about how the entire world is part of self-cleansing. Break that down to us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how the whole world is a part of what? I didn't hear you.
Like self-care. Like you planted.
Oh, yeah. So awesome. So I think it's just such an important time. It's spring. I just finished planting my spring garden. I planted about 1,000 different plants and herbs and greens and vegetables. So spring is a great time to refresh your body. It's the beginning of the new year. Everything is going through a new cycle, including your whole body. It's in complete rhythm with the earth. So it's a time to really get connecting to yourself, to start thinking about taking the inventory in your mind, your emotional well-being, your physicality, getting rid of all the old debris of the winter. It's the fall and the winter is over. It's the beginning of the new year. So we really want to take inventory of ourselves, and there's so many ways that we can do that. We really want to think about just making sure we're on our game with the food we're eating. Are we getting clean water?
What do you
Hopefully
do?
everyone
What are your three?
What do I do?
Your three tops.
Well, my three top things is like cardio, exercising, eating fresh, organic, whole foods, making sure I'm meditating, doing my yoga. Those things are like very important. Obviously, getting great sleep. That's very critical.
So
and
what do you think,
keeping
Alex?
stress
How important
low.
is meditation?
Keeping stress low.
Meditation.
Lots of people are stressed out.
Meditation
And,
is
Yeah,
key.
meditation is so important. You know, mind really needs balance. Meditation and stillness. We can find that with breath work. Even something as simple as like a 5-minute meditation in the morning. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing. I do that every day in the morning before I go to bed.
You have to think of the life that people lead in this world. Whereas, I mean, it's constant go. Your mind never shuts off.
Right.
And your mind is, your brain is the most powerful muscle in the body. You have to be able to stop. You have to be able to let it rest.
Well,
you have to be able to pull yourself back down from that grind of all day, every day.
Right. I mean, I can see the logic. I don't question it. I'm just more curious of like.
It's hard.
You know.
It's hard to do. That's the thing.
Especially in New York City culture.
Especially
we
in New
run
York City.
so fast, we run so hard, and then after years of that, you take your ability to do that for granted, and then you don't realize that your wellness is a little off.
Right.
So Danielle, if everyone's running like these gentlemen are saying, and I'm sure you run just as hard, what do you suggest to maybe people you work with how to slow down, catch a breath, and breathe?
So I think our environment is often reflecting, people like say they can't sleep or they have anxiety. It has a lot to do with obviously their stress, but sometimes it has to do with the pressure of not completing the things that we say we're going to do.
Right.
So a lot of it is about being in integrity with our word, because every time we say we're going to do something and we don't, when we say we're going to do something, we get all excited and energized. And when we don't do that, we actually lose energy and we get drained, and those things kind of take our energy away. So I think one thing is getting integrity with our word, and it's a springtime, so it's a great time to kind of tidy up, complete all these incomplete actions, maybe even making a list of what people say they were doing, they were going to do and they didn't, and really get to work on kind of clearing that so there's not a bunch of things on our mind.
I personally, I love to take like a salt bath. I like candles. I use essential oils. I do my breathing, and I take downtime to wash off my day, and really be grateful. Focus on what the things are to be grateful, and
you have to prioritize
remembering
stuff
what
like
we
that.
accomplished.
You really have
So many
to
people are thinking what
prioritize
they
it.
didn't do.
I feel more relaxed just listening to her talk.
You're funny. At the beginning of the show, he was stressed because the sister was talking about oxtails and pressure cooking.
Yes, Lord. I mean, and flank steak. I just bought a piece of flank steak today. Oh, man.
So is your diet meat, or are you eating meat or no meat or veggies? What's happening?
So right now,
I like the
I do have
cold
like the
water
organic
showers, though.
farm to garden approach. So I like grass-fed meat. I did vegan and raw food for so long, teaching all sorts of approaches. But right now I'm an athlete, so
once an athlete,
I'll
always
eat,
an athlete.
need
I'm
that
doing
protein.
like 25-mile bike rides and all sorts of activities. So I'll have some grass-fed meat, like maybe some New Zealand lamb. I have stews, vegetables, salads, fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes. But I keep everything whole foods. Like our body, I don't know if people know that, but most people are dealing with lifestyle diseases.
Because you
that
talking
like
about the
30% of sickness is really from our lifestyle choices. So if we just eat whole foods and we eat healthy, a lot of sickness will go away, like diabetes, heart conditions, all these self-induced lifestyle sicknesses. So it's very critical to eat well.
But for a Zen woman, you sound kind of busy. You plan, that must have took all day. You took a 25-mile bike ride. That at least got to take 2 hours, right? Then you're going to make a stew. Take a bath with flowers and candles.
And
That's
salt.
another hour.
And salt.
Oils and shit. You got a staff or what?
Oh my God, you better believe it.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have a.
No wonder you at Whole Foods.
I don't have a staff, but it makes it easy. There's this company I work with called Purium Health Products. So a lot of times I want to have juice or I want to have my wheatgrass. I just get powdered raw organic, so I can just put a shake together. I can make a smoothie real quick, and so it's like learning how to make food. I know you don't maybe have the time, but it is valuable learning how to, even make a one-pot meal. If you don't have time, throw a bunch of stuff in the crock pot, or you just find the local organic restaurants around you. Go to the juice bars, go to the restaurants. Cook up some quinoa if you got some time.
I have that lamb cooking from the morning until you get home.
Yes, falling off the bone.
Falling off the bone once you get home, ready to go.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, Easter's coming.
Well, it also sounds empowering. It also sounds empowering too, right? I mean, doesn't she sound like?
Oh my God!
Like you're empowering. That's the whole thing, right? Self-help, be empowering, be alpha, run your own life, run your business. You're an entrepreneur. We're running our businesses, so that helps break ceilings. So I guess if you're breaking all the ceilings, you have to also break them with business. Yes. I mean, food, so to speak. And like you keep saying, spring is the beginning of the year, which it is. We're so happy now. It came in like a lion. The winter now is out like a lamb. I guess that's why lamb is in. I don't know.
Right. This is the time when the body resets itself. The body resets itself and comes out of hibernation because of the environment, the weather,
winter comfort foods.
You didn't put on all that weight to stay warm and all that.
That's right.
And now the body's ready to come into spring a brand new person.
Well, that's what they say. You got to work on your summer body in the winter, right?
Exactly.
So what's up for you for? So
can I say something to
Oh yeah, of course.
We can't tell because our president didn't participate in the climate change.
Throwing in politics in the middle of self-care.
Hey,
that's funny.
I sit now.
So I mean, when it comes, that's so funny. When it comes to self-care, I think everyone has two first choices. It's are you going to be a victim or are you going to be empowered? It's really important to think about our mindset. If we want to be empowered, it's how you think of it, because every thought, word, action has an effect. And these mental, emotional patterns, they affect our outlook, everything like that. So we want to take an inventory of how we speak to ourselves, how we speak to others, how we hold things in our mind, because all that stuff affects us. And thinking about spring cleaning, Feelings buried alive never die, and they store in our body, whether it's resentments or grudges or unforgiveness. Like when we think about cleansing, we want to release not just our body, but our mental and emotional hygiene. We want to get rid of anything we're holding on to, because those kind of things can make people not feel well. As far as moving towards self-care, it's a great time to kind of think about what can I release and bring more health to my spirit and my soul, right, and my well-being.
I can dig it. How can people get in touch? We got 2 questions because we got 1:20 left in the show. You're getting mad love from our audience. Woo! Did you educate this? Were you born this way? Were you like Lady Gaga? I was born this way, or?
Yeah, I was born this way. No, I have a 3-year degree in psychology, and I'm certified in nutrition and health and cleansing. I've been in school for like 15 years. Okay. I'm constantly learning. I'm a life coach. I worked with Tony Robbins and a lot of different people traveled the world doing this for a long time. So
you didn't choose wellness. Wellness chose you.
Yeah. I think when I was 10, I decided that this is what I wanted to do. Help people with their health and healing.
That sounds awesome. So how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so the best way would be on my Instagram at Danielle Azadian. That's DanielleAzadian @gmail.com, and also Danielle Azadian. That's on my email for direct email, and then my Instagram, Danielle Azadian.
All right. Well, listen, thanks for joining us. We're about to wrap this puppy up.
Thank you.
Happy spring.
Happy Friday.
Yes, Friday. Everybody be well.
Thanks for joining us at Always On. Thank you,
Norman. Very much.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
As always, thank you, J. Ice. What's that?
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Shout out. And FLO. Nothing but love. You got an X hat on.
X hat. I like it.
Showing some flavor over there.
Yeah, that's a man. That's a man of consciousness. Can you work it out? We got one more call. Can you make it happen? Compliment his hat again. Maybe he'll throw it in there.
Oh, do we get it up? We all get hats? Happy Hat Day, brother.
I like it.
Thanks for joining us on Always On. We'll see you next Friday.
All right.
When the solution to be what? What are we talking about next Friday?
Michael Jackson.
Peace out, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you.